Back to episode 8 of my Satisfactory playthrough. So today is going to be all about upgrading the fuel and getting what I'm hoping is going to be all the plastic and rubber I can make over here ready to go to set up to the train line, so I can then send it back to the main base to make the components of Phase 3. Well, at least 2 of the 3. The modular engine and adaptive control unit. So I've got that fuel pump there. Fuel pump? Or oil extractor. Sorry, and I have the hiccups while I'm recording this. So oil extractor there and here, and both are on pure nodes. So that means 600 per for the fuel nodes. So first things first is I'm going to have to get up top and add some stuff. I'm just going to have to rejig and reconfigure the current setup a little bit so I can add in more fluid buffers, so I can get the so I can get everything lined up. Oops. Because I plan to have a lot more fluid buffers for each line. Oh, wrong. Oh, right. Duh. Wrong ladder. There we go. Going up. So, plan to have a few more fluid buffers. And then, actually no, I'm going to disable. Much as I'm going to hate myself. There we go. And then, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I'll make it an even 10. And fluid buffers. So I just have to double check where the last. Okay, that's the last buffer. There. 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 Logistics. Floor hole. Horizontal to vertical. And then... Oops. Okay. And then run it up. Still a little short. That should hopefully be enough soon to get the fuel flowing back. Okay. Well, it's taking a little bit, but anyway. So that's roughly what I'm going to do for the other ones as well. Have 10 of them each for each of the fuel tank of the oil extractors. That's it. I keep calling them oil pumps in my head for some reason. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. as I get back up there. Come on. Trying to move around is not easy. There we go. Now. Oops. Have to avoid the fuel pump. Now, the fluid buffer. Actually, I should probably... I could actually... I'm going to actually need more room. So I think what I'll do is expand this one enough to carry 12. Because it's going to be carrying 300. Or 600 per minute. So... did not mean to do that, but anyway. Alright, let me line up this one. Let's see where this one ends up. Okay, so that's not too bad. So... and then should be able to do this. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Alright. So that's the first three. And then 1, 2. Just keep putting the buffers in. And then on this end, I'm going to have the floor hole. There we go. Alright. So that's set. Oops. Just want to go to the edge. So that's 7. Okay. Come on. There we go. There. Alright, and then the last row of fluid buffers. Come on. Hate it when I'm not far enough away. Alright, so these ones makes me very glad I've got that system down below for the plastic temporarily. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone. There we go. Go back and readjust, make sure these are all connected. Okay. Forgot. Okay. Okay. And then this one, get them all connected. Now, pipeline wall support. There we go. Alright, so those are in place. So go ahead and connect all these up. And then, then this one, going to have to, no, I didn't want that. There we go. This one's going to have to do this for the exit. Because it's too... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I forgot. This one is going to... Right. And I forgot this. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure how this one's going to connect just yet. Oh, that actually works. Perfect. Alright, so, oops. There we go. Send it straight up. And it stops about the connector. So I'm going to put the second pump up there. And then, okay, connect it a different way according to that pipe. Alright. So I'll get that done. Want to get the buffers in place on this next one. And then no, I didn't want the pump, I wanted the pipe. Hoping that's straight. Yeah, okay. Oops. Support. And then I can dismantle that. There we go. That'll get that buffer going. So, alright, power next. Well.
Disappointing, but unsurprising.
I forgot I should have paid attention to my health. Alright. Get back over there. Yeah, I'll go by water. Avoid a lot of the animals. Oh, right, I forgot. I still have some motors back in my, back in the crate over there. Alright, so. That's why. Here, let's grab everything. There we go, that's better. Alright. So, let's get the power going. After that unintended but stupid interruption. Okay. So that's that one flowing. So, I'll let that run. Oh, right. Okay. Alright, so the pumps are flowing. Oil is flowing up, which is good. Did not mean to hit escape there. Alright, so 600 crude oil per minute is going into the fluid buffers, and then it'll get put into eventually into the towers. So while that's filling up, and while I'll go ahead and set up the other one, and then set the other one up and let the buffers fill up. Holy Toledo, I can't talk. And then I'll bring it back in, and I'll show you what the plan is for the power generation, because this is basically going to be more power generation and some spots for the train. But yeah, so I'll get this hooked up, and yeah, I'll see you back when I get all that done. Alright, so we got the buffers in. They're both lanes are filled. So next step will be to go ahead and bring in the refineries, and then get those set up with the plastic and rubber, and then the residual fuel as well, to make the take the heavy oil residue to make the fuel. So when I drop down here, and there we go. So I'm going to extend this out by about, oops, 10, and just extend it out. And then that way I've got plenty of room for the fuel. And then, right. So, and then I need to put in, oh wait, no, they're hanging over the edge there. I'll have pipes coming over here. And then I think what I'll do is set up, so there'll be 5 refineries. The pipe to connect the fuel, or the crude oil will come in. That'll spread in. It'll be like this setup here. I've got basically one feeding, if I could jump onto it, thank you. One side feeding 5 refineries, and the other side feeding another. Okay, well this one's actually 3, but it'll be 5 and 5. Split evenly 5 and 5, and it'll be 10 rubber, 10 plastic, covering both, and then the residual heavy fuel, or the residual heavy oil residue will be turned into residual fuel, which I'll then send over by pipe to the generators to make even more fuel for more power as well. So I'll get that set up, and I'll get all that set up, and then I'll bring it back. I'll come back when it's all said and done. Alright, got everything set up here. So fuel, I think there's plastic is right here, and then rubber's over here. No, rubber's here. So, and what I've got it all set up on is whoops, too far. So all I have to do is set up this power line to here, and everything starts up. And then so what I'm gonna do is once the plastic rubber machine, sorry, God, I'm struggling to talk right now. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, fills up and starts backing up. I'll connect it here. I'll connect the heavy oil residue here, and then connect it into fuel, where it'll turn into the fuel, and then I can go ahead and then connect the outflow, which is right here, down to here. And this pipe extends all the way back to the generators, and those generators, extra generators, will power everything. Now, also, the train line has been put in, although I did go pretty crazy, and actually I will end up showing you a train journey to the end and show you kind of the preview what I'll have for you in the next episode. But yeah, I went pretty well nuts over there on building this. I kind of just got into a rhythm and just went wild, but I think I've made some pretty good rookie mistakes. Well, not pretty good, pretty big rookie mistakes, which I've been trying to rectify before I actually get this video out. So this will be a culmination of pretty much like a month's worth of work, even though it should have been only a few days. But I was being an idiot. So anyway, so I'm waiting for the train. I can see it on the horizon. It's coming in. So it is a single track line going both directions. So it's just the one train. I don't need a crazy amount. But yeah, so the rubber and plastic will feed down into there, and then on these belts here into the train line, which will take it back to the base. And then I'm kind of hurrying up here because the train's on its way. So I got 3 layers of buffers up top that are feeding the plastic, rubber, and everything else. So the extra 5 there will be added to the list. So the extra generators are actually good, and why I have to start over here when I want to kickstart production, because otherwise I'm going to end up running out of power a lot faster. So I'll hop onto the train and take you on a journey back to the base and show you where everything's going to hide and kind of go from there. But pretty much ready to go with end of phase 3 here. And that was a lot sooner than I was expecting, but then again, that's because I went crazy with building, so. as you can see everything coming into view, things went pretty crazy. Now that Caterium line, I still have to hook up. I will do that in the next episode, but that will be hooked up while it's working. So soon to come into the station here. That big, very tall building is actually pretty much my main assembly hall, but I've really screwed myself up. I've really got to make some more changes. So anyway, the two manufacturers on the side there are meant for the modular frame and I'm sorry, not the modular frame, modular engine and the adaptive control unit, one each. So the rubber's going to come in through here, and then the plastic into here, and then they'll feed through all 6 of these double containers, and then end up coming through and down here, at least the plastic will, and into the system. The rubber here will go in through here, down through that hole, straight through to here, before exiting somewhere. I think it's, yeah, it's down there. The overflow will go down there, and then progress all the way around to the far corner there, where it'll enter the storage area, and whoa, there we go, and end up in one of these, I forget which bin is which, but I think the plastic is the first one, and the rubber might be like the 3rd or 4th down the line. I forget which one. But anyway, this building here, that's my copper, all my extra copper stuff. So copper wire, copper cable, copper sheets. This one is the Caterium building, and it's got 2 sets of Caterium lines, one in here. This one will be being fed by the line that isn't connected yet. I still have to connect oh, son of a gun. That node with the miner on it. The other one is connected, and it'll feed down into there and split, and then feed up everything else. Whoa. Now the other line will actually come in over up top there. You'll see it feed down, feed through, and up for the ingots. We'll move up to here, which is just straight quick wire. Everything I think is just quick wire. And then, oh yeah, the ingots will come in through here and split off through here and up, and then through here, and then these lines, I think every so often they will end and go down to feed the assembly hall. And then the third line, I think, yeah, the third line is up here. Oh yeah, it'll split, or oh bugger, things will split up here and head up. And this is the input for the copper sheets for AI limiters, because I'm using the regular quick wire and copper sheets recipe. So, and then the last bit here, I think everything up here is feeding all 6 of those assemblers, which are all AI limiters. So, yeah, that's the quick wire. But for the most part, here, that's what that's all about. And drop. And then plates, rods, and screws are in here, self-explanatory. That's the overflow for everything right now. Oh shoot, while I'm doing it here, I will set up to and then the power, there we go. So we actually get power when I connect everything. So, but yeah, those are the containers for the extra assemblers, which I'll need for the modular engines. And yeah, so things will be made here and whatnot, what have you. Rotors and stators basically here on the bottom. Just gonna throw in a couple of power shards each to double the production, so that I can get things out faster in next episode for phase 3 completion. Oh yeah, and I should actually change screw. Yeah, and then rod and screw. There we go. Alright, make some changes here and there. I won't get into the nitty gritty on this episode. That'll be for the next one. But yeah, that's where I went crazy and wild and just worked on things and solved and been testing things and testing problems, and it has been a long grind to get this going. But I'm finally ready to complete phase 3. Not that I was actually expecting to this fast, but anyway, I went crazy. So that's where I'm going to call it for the episode, though. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And if I've earned a like and subscribe, hey, great. If not, thanks for stopping by anyway. And I'll see you in the next video. See you then.